Let me hear it. Alright guys, check this out. This video is going to be um, about talking about CEO 2019 and AEW from last week. Saturday and Sunday, my homeboy got me tickets to go see some AEW wrestling. And for Sunday, got to watch Top Tekken and Street Fighter 5. Yes, Street Fighter 5. And I saw people there that I kind of nerded out for. I won't lie. I saw Yipes for Dragon Ball Fighters. He's an announcer. I saw Mark Man, Repaul. I saw Tasty Steve, Pork Chop, JDCR, Knee, Saint, Book. Big ups to Book, man. Getting top 6. And 5 of them were Korean. 1 was from Thailand. Good job, dude. Good job. Haru. Haru! But anyways, I just want to touch up on the subjects because I've been tweeting like crazy last weekend about the amount of craziness that I had. Just so you know, right there should be a little picture of me taking a picture with Alex Jabali, the founder of CEO 20. Also wrestled in AEW with some of the guys from the previous Bullet Club. And I won't lie to you guys, I freaked out when I was there because they had a match that I didn't pay attention to the panel. I thought I did, and I didn't see who was featured there. But if you're not familiar with Lucha Wrestling, these guys are just top tier wrestlers. They're some of the most amazing guys you'll see. And it's Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix, they're brothers. See, it'll. Anyways, these guys are off the chain. They were there. They had the Elite and that pretty boy. But anyways, I had a blast. Okay, I don't know how much I can explain in detail how much fun I had, but this was the first wrestling event I went to, and it was something that I just can't say if I'm invited to go to another one or if I have time to go to another one. I definitely will, I think. But let me tell you something, it is an experience. Everybody's welcoming. You know, you get your casual douchebag, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, what the fuck? You know. Anyways, but I had a blast. Seeing Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix and the Laredo Kid, and people will probably hate me for saying that I forgot his name, but the thing was that when I saw Kenny Omega, it was more like a Kuma. Because they had the Street Fighter theme that the Elite was dressed up like Ryu and Ken, and Kenny Omega came out and he had the level 3 Akuma ability where he just beats the shit out of you and everything goes black. I don't understand why. Demon, Raging Demon. Damn, man, I'm off on my game today. And it was just a cool intro. The wrestling was insane. It was on top. They were on top of everything. These guys were making sure that nobody was feeling bored at all. I thought, maybe there's commercials or, nobody. Nope. The second we walk in, there was wrestling right off rip. I mean, you get to sit down. I mean, in between you got these little intermissions, maybe 2 to 5 minute intervals. That is maybe considered an intermission, but I don't think for it being that long of a time, space of nothing. Which, I mean, there's still stuff going on. They got interviews. They got a good storyline, and I won't lie. If AEW decides to come back to Orlando or Daytona, I will show up. I will go. Especially if the Lucha Brothers are going to be there. If they're going to be there, I'm going to rip, ride, and rock it over there. That's what I'm talking about. Now, for those guys who are wrestling fans, I mean, this is just a gem. This is before they get to go totally mainstream. So you get to see some pretty cool raunchy stuff. We saw the first transgender wrestler. Her name was I believe it was Tyra. Anyway, she was a powerhouse, and they had these two like K-pop looking girls that were there. They were wrestling, and they were tiny when it was a three-way, and it was a hell of a match. I'll give them that. These wrestlers give it their all, and that's what I love about it. I mean, they're athletes. Just so happens they work through a cartography. They do everything step by step, or however that word is. But anyways, that was the CEO experience. I mean, I had a blast, an all out blast. Now, for those guys that don't want to hear about CEO and never been to a competitive gaming community convention, or as for this an event, this is something that I highly suggest that everyone should try to go to. If you're not even into competitive gaming, because I mean the people you'll meet, the people you'll see is just incredible. I mean you can't go wrong with it whatsoever. And all I can say is I like the FGC scene. Undoubtedly, I love it. I shouldn't say I love it, because every game has their own little gimmick. They have their mechanics, and I love learning that. Right now, I'm playing the hell out of Samurai Showdown. So if you see me on Xbox, I'm playing Samurai Showdown like a maniac. But right now, like for the next few days, I won't be playing much of any of the fighting games because I'm trying to just decompress from me just compiling so much info from Sammy, and that's Sammy, my homeboy who got me the tickets. Sammy, thank you so much, bro. I love you, man. Everybody else, if you guys are interested in maybe if you're interested in going to an event and just so happens that you're in Central Florida and you want to go with a group of guys or you just want to meet up, I'll be more than happy to show up and hang out. As long as you let me know in advance, we're good. But I am definitely interested into the next event. Apparently, another fun game event coming up in I think the 27th and 28th of this month of July, which is CEO Taku, which is going to be mainly fighters and a bunch of cosplay and stuff like that. So I'm interested in going. I don't know what days or what games, but I'm not gonna watch Skullgirls. I don't hate it. I just doesn't appeal to me. But I do want to catch the other things. Blaze Blue. Is that In Birth? I like watching it. It looks good. Here, stuff like that. So whatever games are gonna be coming out, anime based, most likely Dragon Ball Fighter as well, I will be there. If you will be there, just please comment below, let me know, or follow the handles I have below, and message me on Twitter. And soon I will be getting that Facebook up. I've been dragging ass because, like I said, I've been trying to catch up on everything, and it's just, slow momentum. Okay. Another thing, I mentioned Tasty Steve. I met him right there. I met Pork Chop. We actually spent a bit of time where we were talking about what players we thought were gonna reach top, and I shouldn't say we didn't disagree, because whatever I was saying, he was like, yeah, you're right, and then he was just going around, doing his thing. That dude, not only he pops off in camera, I thought that was a gimmick. I thought that was just a thing he did. People were like, oh, he pops off, you need to just let him be there, he gets viewed. No, that's how he is the whole time. I mean, he's in the back, already been, he's out. He's sitting there in the crowd, and he's just going crazy, yelling, no, he ain't blocking lows. He's not blocking lows. But the crowd is just incredible. The Street Fighter V crowd was incredible. The Tekken 7 crowd was incredible. If you guys are interested in just experience alone, just being there is just another experience. I mean, I couldn't believe how incredibly positive the people were. Now, the AEW is different. You got your fans, you got your maniacs, right? And I mean, you got your fighting game maniacs, but they have these wrestling dudes not. They'll run down the aisle screaming, grabbing their crotch, yelling, ah! But I'm like sitting here, and all these people are sitting here chill, and then when something pops off, something happens, the crowd goes freaking nutty, just like as if it was a wrestling match. But this is just a fighting game. And what I loved about it is, if you haven't seen any of the competitive fighting games, how big they go. I mean, it's in a actual ring. Some of them are on like a platform or on a pedestal, or whatever it's called, up high where everybody can watch, and they got these screens. But CEO had these massive screens. They had 4 massive screens. If your back is facing the entrance doors, there's these 2 massive screens in the background, and then there's another 2 on each side. So there's these 4 massive screens. So it's not like that you can't see nothing. You'll see everything. Also, there was a lot of seats. So there was people crowded up in certain spots because people knew each other, and there was actually other players that people wanted to be around. So I'm not gonna lie, I kind of stuck my nose by Pork Chop because I got a kick out of him flipping out, and I thought it was awesome to see JDCR knee Chanel. I couldn't believe I saw Chanel knee destroyed, man. He took it over and he just didn't take any prisoners. He was just on top of his game. That Steve Fox gameplay is mean. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. And that was the Tekken 7. Now, JDCR. Now the reason why I'm giving props to everyone here is obviously because the only way we could go was with positivity, anyways. But I do want to also mention that JDCR stuck to his Armored King guns the whole time. He could have switched out. Me and a few other guys were sitting there deliberating, like, yo, we think he needs to change his character. He lost kind of hard. And he wasn't playing like JDCR, to be honest. His it felt like he was relearning Armored King, and he was just R&Ding it, research and development, And I really felt like his game wasn't really top tier. Now, I'm not saying he's not a top tier player. And what we can do is we can figure out a day that we can meet up and do this kind of stuff. And also, the big thing too is the venues. You got the venues. You got these guys who are selling controllers, controller shells, custom stuff, artwork, keychains. I also did a money match for Smash Brothers, and I kind of failed on the first one. That was what I was trying to play for. So, but I had a blast. I really did, and I just hope that if there's anyone out there that is afraid of trying to do something like this, and they're afraid to do it, don't be. This is an experience to be had. In fact, my homie actually was going around as his alter ego, Sam Schluter, which is for 2KWL. He was going around interviewing people, and they were more than happy to explain their experience at CEO. And I gotta give it to him. I mean, he's super outgoing. I'm like very to myself. I didn't realize how how much I am to myself until I realized how outgoing he was. I mean, he was darting through the crowd, talking to people, and I'm like, yo, I know, that guy's amazing, I know who he is. And he's like, who's that? I was like, that's Tasty Steve. He goes, man, go ask him for a picture. I was like, I don't know if I can ask Tasty Steve for a picture. I mean, that would be just, I don't think that will work like that. And he's like, man, you don't know? Man, go ask him. I'm pretty sure he'll be more than happy to do that. So, Tasty Steve. I can't believe it. Alex Jabali, the guy who founded CEO and is an AEW wrestler. Pork Chop was more than happy to take a picture. I kind of punked out on JDCR because I saw him after the Tekken 7 finals, and he was playing at a Street Fighter spot, and it was him, Saint, and I forgot the other guy's name because I don't remember his face. If I remember his face, I'll let you know. But I kind of chickened out. Is that weird? I was like, because I was afraid he may not understand what I'm saying, or he may not wanting to speak. But that's what I was talking about. You know what I mean? And from what I saw so far, these guys are cool as hell, man. And I'm happy I did this, because it just opened my eyes to a new era of like things that I've been missing out on for years, and I'm looking forward to this for years to come. I will be coming out with more videos. I've just been spotty on what I should do next, only because I'm hesitant, but I'm gonna fix that. It's a little demoralizing at this point because I edited a bunch of videos the last few days, and then I'm editing this one, and I kind of panicked, and once I edit this one and I get it out, I promise you guys we're gonna get some good stuff out there. Peace, love, stay savage.